Welcome back to the program as we demonstrate stripping the sheath and fitting the heat shrink kit. Begin preparations for stripping the lead sheath by securing the cable in a vertical position. Using a scraper, remove the oxide layer from the lead sheath for a distance of approximately 150 millimeters from the plumb. Note that all measurements and procedures are given in the instruction manual supplied with the kit. In this example, measure 130 millimeters from the center of the wipe to a point on the sheath and mark this point with the cable knife. Make a ring cut at this mark. In this sequence, the tramline method of stripping the lead sheath will be demonstrated. Use a cable knife to make a vertical cut from the end of the cable to the ring cut. Make a parallel cut 10 to 15 millimeters from the first cut. Now tear away the lead strip between the tram lines using a pair of pliers as shown. Stop at the ring cut and remove the lead strip. Commencing at the top of the cable, carefully peel open the sheath along its length. Then gently twist and pull the sheath away from the cable so that the end of the remaining sheath forms a bell shape at the ring cut. Secure the belt papers at the ring cut with a layer of PTFE tape supplied in the kit. Unwind the belt papers, commencing at the core end of the cable. Then remove the paper layers by carefully tearing them off against the layer of tape. Repeat this procedure to remove the remaining layer. Remove the string fillers between each core and cut them off at the edge of the tape. Using one of the string fillers, remove the excess grease from the core as demonstrated. Repeat the procedure for the remaining cores. Slide a piece of clear wall heat shrink tubing partly over each core. The distance between the layer of tape and the bottom end of each tube should be approximately 100 millimeters. Using an LP gas torch adjusted to produce a soft blue flame, partially shrink the lower ends of the tube for a distance of about 75 millimeters. Allow to cool, then push the tube with a slight twisting action into the crutch of the cable. The tube is correctly seated when it is fully butted to the PTFE tape. When all tubes have been seated, shrink the remainder of each tube from the crutch to the cable ends. Keep the flame moving continuously at all times to avoid scorching the material. Using the gray butyl tape provided, make a plug and then gently slide the plug into the crutch area. Use one of the belt fillers to force the butyl plug into the crutch area by pulling down hard on either side of the filler. Slide the black stress control tubes down the cores, pushing them as far down as they will go into the crutch area. Commence shrinking the tubes, starting at the crutch of the cable. Ensure that the heat is a soft heat and keep the torch moving continuously over the tubes. Now completely shrink the stress control tubes. Remove any lumps of sealant from the ends of the stress control tubes and thoroughly degrease the tubes and exposed lead sleeve with a clean piece of mutton cloth soaked in an approved solvent. Make a seal by applying a few layers of grey butyl tape over the previously installed plug and belled end of the lead sheath as demonstrated. Then measure approximately 100 millimeters down from the ring cut and wrap 2 layers of butyl tape over the sheath, creating a further seal. Fit the black semiconductive boot firmly down the cores as far as it will go. Begin shrinking around the crutch and continue downwards to the end of the boot, until the entire boot has been neatly shrunk to the cable. Wrap a piece of butyl tape around one leg of the boot and then remove the backing paper. Slide the grey anti-track tubing over the boot leg. Correctly fitted, the tube will cover the sealant and butt to the top of the boot. Repeat this procedure of fitting the anti-track tubes to the remaining cores. Commence shrinking the grey tubing into position, starting at the crutch area. Gradually move the flame upwards, completely shrinking the tubes. After the break, we will conclude the program with core preparation and fitting and sweating the lugs.